I've lived in the area all my life, and to my astonishment and surprise, I was never aware that there was a synagogue here on my doorstep.
In 1873, the synagogue appointed Rabbi Joseph Strauss to be their rabbi. He had been rabbi in Hamburg in Germany. Anyway, he settled here, married, and he had children, one of whom was Ossie Stroud, Oswald, who became a well-known man in Bradford. He became chairman of the bench, amongst other things. My family came in 1937 as refugees from German persecution of the Jews. If we hadn't come here, we may not have been able to leave Germany, and I may not be here today. There's another plaque in the synagogue which has about 40 names of relatives of members of this congregation who perished in the Holocaust in Germany and Poland, 1939 to 1945. Well, I was approached by the owner of a restaurant just around the corner from here called Zulfi Ali to help him oppose the application by a restaurateur to open a restaurant in the vicinity of the synagogue, which was even closer to the synagogue than to his restaurant. For various reasons, he didn't want any more noise, he didn't want a lot of parking of cars. And eventually they elected me to represent both of them, the restaurant and the synagogue, to oppose this application. And it was turned down, so the man in the restaurant was very grateful to me. We had a chat, and in the chat we discovered that the synagogue was a bit short of money because we had few members. And he said I could apply to the Carlisle Business Centre, half a mile up the road, where there was a possibility of getting a fund. So I followed that up and got some money from them, which was very useful. The chief executive there was called Jenny Pupius. 2 years later, she retired, and I was invited to the leaving party, and there was Zulfi Ali again, standing next to Mahmoud Mohammed, and he turned out to be the ward manager for Manningham, which is the area in which the synagogue is. And Ali said to me, "This is the man you want to approach for getting more money." So I had a meeting with him, and he said that he would in fact be able to supply some money from an anonymous donor, and he would be able to apply to the city of Bradford for some money. A meeting was called where Zulfi came along and one or two other people, and it grew from there.
And I think the fact that we are part of the Abrahamic religion, and that is what we share also, and what we have in common, and the similarities and what the religion teaches us, and for that reason there was another kind of angle and element to how we could work together and support not just the project and Rudy, but the community. Because, you know, in biblical, Abrahamic terms, Quranic terms, and the book as well, there has been times in the past, this is not unique, that Muslims and Jews are working together or have come together here in Bradford. This has happened throughout history of the 2 and the 3 religions, and I'm sure the same is true with other faiths as well. And I think for me, it was more of a community that was living together. We came with similar kind of needs and requirements as migrants and as sons and fathers of migrants, who came to this country to work for a better life, and also to add value to the community, and that's exactly what Rudy and the community here did for a number of years. They served the community in every way. They contributed to the community. So when the Muslim community started to arrive in the 60s and 70s, it was two communities that came together with something we had in common, and that commonality, as well as being migrants, parents. My parents came as migrants, but continued to build a home and be a part of the community.